Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sweet Spots with Kris Rainwaters. I'm Kris, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I went to Downtown Vista. I spent a whole day down there, and I wanted to speak to you. I wanted to see what your thoughts were about Vista and, you know, what you like, what you don't like. And so without further ado, here are your answers. So first I asked, what is your favorite thing about Vista?
The weather. It's fantastic.
Oh, that I live here? Yeah, I enjoy living here. I enjoy waking up here. I enjoy growing plants here. I enjoy eating here.
So far, it's a very welcoming community, and it's really nice to be new to something and feel welcomed.
I love that it's such a small town and everyone kind of knows each other. It just feels like a really tight-knit community.
The weather, it's pretty even. Except for 2 weeks in August when it's really freaking hot and muggy.
Probably Downtown Vista because there's so much to do.
You know what's funny? The favorite part about Vista is the weather. I've never woken up one day where I'm like, oh my god, it's too cold or too hot. It might be a little cold, but at the end of the day, it's always like somewhere where I can't complain.
It's nice to be able to come downtown and sit here, have a drink, you know?
The skate park's 100%.
It's such a tight-knit community. It doesn't matter if you haven't seen each other in 4.5, 5+ years. You can go to that bar right down there and you'll be able to see somebody that you know from your past and be like, damn, I hope you're doing well.
It's really pretty. It's hilly, lots of vegetation. It's so close to LA and San Diego, and downtown's great.
I love the small town feel about Vista.
What's your favorite restaurant in Vista?
I'm hard pressed to say what a favorite is because there are so many great restaurants in Vista. I could start rattling them off.
Right now it's Belgian Beaver. And yes.
Downtown is Miko Sushi.
The best breakfast place I've ever been to is the Curbside Cafe.
I love Belgian Beaver. Their food is really good, and they have a huge variety of beers.
Yeah. And lots of options too, like vegetarian options and
Something for everybody.
I like when pigs fly.
La Gordita off of Santa Fe.
Belgian Beaver. Yeah. No, Five Guys is pretty good, but that's pretty
Yellow
good.
Deli.
Yellow Deli is fire.
Yellow Deli.
Do you have a favorite place to go?
Cool little spot that just opened up called Brood Vista.
Wavelength Brewery.
I love coming away from it.
Smitty's.
Yeah.
Love Smitty's. Yeah.
It's up on top of a hill. This is why it's called Vista, because it's a view. And there's a trailer park on top of a hill with a nice area to hang out. What do you call it, a community thing? And it has a beautiful view of Oceanside and the ocean.
I love Pepper Tree, the ice cream place. Favorite spot.
Winter Creek, there's an area where you can kind of basically go up the mountain. And in Winter Creek, you can there are all the mountains in Winter Creek, so you can kind of see the view of Vista. So when I would go up in Winter Creek, my parents would always take me to this little cliff, and during July 4th, we'd see all the fireworks from going everywhere. Ringo, Paris, and everywhere else going down in Winter Creek, and I'd always see that.
If you could change one thing about Vista or bring something back or something to move forward in the future, what would that thing be?
Later hours for businesses to be open.
Lower rent prices.
We need to bring back the old traditions, the traditions that were taken away from us due to COVID. If we can get back to those old days, old traditions, and maybe give them a new spin.
Okay.
The kind of spin that all Vista residents, all Vista old schoolers are going to feel very comfortable with and have a positive outlook. And anything new that comes out from the shadow of COVID, I think is going to be very healthy for Vista.
So one thing that's gone downhill about Vista is Chamber of Commerce used to be here on Main Street, and there was this creepy strawberry costume that was like down the hall that you could see in the window from the street. And every time you walk by, there's this creepy strawberry, and they're like just kind of staring at you. I miss it. The dog misses it. It's sad.
100% their school. Like, I love like Oceanside, but at the end of the day, like, the schooling in Vista should be improved, because regardless of like their income or their circumstances, you should not belittle these kids because they're hella talented.
I really love what they did to this right here in Vista Village, where like they made everything kind of more like, come visit us. We're the spot. Because the thing is, we are the spot. We're the vibe. You really like can't find people like that won't give you any. They're just out here at the same time as you, just to hang out and vibe. So a little more spots like that where people can just come and kick it and just kind of like be human together.
Sure, the old Vista gets appreciated and gets its credit for helping build everything that's coming, like all the new housing, all the new breweries, all the new restaurants and stuff. Like, that's cool, but I want to make sure like the old Vista, because I grew up here, I just want to make sure that like everything else gets appreciated, and all the people who like grew up here and like gave into Vista, gave up to Vista, like whatever they needed to, all the art, all the music, all other stuff, like that gets highlighted also.
I think we need more public art, more murals, more sculptures, more family-friendly, interactive stuff going on, attracting people to our businesses and creating an authentic vibe down here.
If you pick somebody who might tell you some complaint about Vista, you picked the wrong guy, because as far as I'm concerned, Vista is paradise. I love this place. I love it, love it, love it. So, own it, know it, live it, revel in it, love it. That's the way I roll, baby.
Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Sweet Spots. If you know of an amazing community member, club, nonprofit, small business, anyone that needs to be spotlighted, reach out, let me know. www.krisrainwaters.com. My email is realtyh20@gmail.com, and then my cell phone, you could always call or text, is 602-561-3114. Thanks again for tuning in. This has been another episode of Sweet Spots with me, Kris Rainwaters, and stay tuned for more. Bye!